Welcome back to a 33-year-old boomer ranting on the floor of his Airbnb. The economy is in trouble. Things are looking pretty bad. Even if you have a job right now, that doesn't mean that you will in a month's time. And so perhaps coming across this video is a sign. Perhaps it is a sign that you should embrace minimalism. You see, just like any other burden, adopting minimalism becomes easier if you choose to. If you make an active decision to live that way, instead of the way that you've been living so far. The funny thing is that you know that all this stuff that you have, that you keep with your house, you know it's weighing you down. It's been on your mind for a while now, hasn't it? All this stuff that becomes a problem. You have to have a bigger place to keep it all. Maybe you even rent a locker somewhere to keep more of your space. It's time to let go of it. It's time to admit to yourself that maybe you'll be a lot happier if you just had less stuff. So how do you start? How do you get started with something like this? Well, a very good first step is to set up a place in your house or in your room, a corner where you put a cardboard box. And the purpose of this box is to act as a sort of overflow. Whenever you're going about your day, walking around your house, doing your thing, you'll occasionally come across stuff that gets in the way. You're looking through a drawer and there's just a bunch of things that you bought years ago that you never used, that you constantly have to move around and push them out of the way so that you can find the thing that you were looking for to begin with. Maybe those things belong in that box. Take them, put them in the box, and then go about your day. The next time you encounter such items, you take them, you put them in the box. Now, over the coming months, you will notice that some of the things that you put in the box, you end up looking for them and taking them out of the box. That's fine. But most of the things that you put in there, you will never take out. If we're excluding things like seasonal clothing, after about 6 months of doing this, you should then take the things that you put in that box and you should sell them. You should donate them, you should throw them away, whatever is appropriate. And of course, I'm not talking about things that are important to you. I'm not talking about family photos, things like that. I'm talking about stuff. I'm talking about those 7 pens that you have in various drawers in your house that you never use. I'm talking about that mystery charger that you keep deciding not to throw away because maybe it belongs to something and I just can't figure out what it is. If you haven't used that something in 6 months to a year, chances are it doesn't really matter, does it? And in fact, chances are that charger might belong to something else in that box that you're going to get rid of. The reality is that life is better without being weighed down by a bunch of things, a bunch of stuff. You will be more nimble, you'll be more agile, you will have an easier time adapting to whatever happens. What if you lose your job and you have to downsize? How much stress are you going to be under when you have to move in a month and you have all this stuff to get rid of? That is why you should start now. That is why you should start now, and hopefully it never happens. Hopefully you don't have to downsize. Although maybe you should, but that's a different video. But if you get all this stuff out of the way now, if this happens, if you have to move to a smaller place, if you have to move back in with family for a while, moving will be easy. Right now, I've been traveling. I've been in Norway for 3 months. Everything that I have with me fits in 2 bags, both of which are the size of a backpack. And that includes a bunch of hoodies, which take up a lot of space. And I'm also 6'4", so my hoodies are pretty big. They take up a lot of space. The amount of freedom that I have is incredible because packing takes 10 minutes. If I have to go somewhere else, if I have to leave, packing will take me 10 minutes. The amount of agility, the amount of mental bandwidth that frees up is incredible. Because if I have to make a decision quickly, if I have to leave, if I have to move somewhere else, I never have to worry about stuff. I just have to spend a few minutes gathering everything, putting it in a bag, and then leaving. Isn't that beautiful? Do you not want that kind of freedom, that kind of agility, that kind of nimbleness for yourself? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time that you become based on minimalism. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.